I'm asking the reason why I was left off the bus when people could got on the bus before me.
He got on the bus. Exactly what did he begin to demand?
He demanded, as soon as he got on, he said, I'm holding up this bus. If you want to get home, you can get off the bus, but this bus is not going to move because I want answers.
Many who ride the TTC are used to transit delays, but likely not like this. Good evening, I'm Adrian Ghobrial. It was yesterday afternoon when a man in a wheelchair was here at Lawrence at Don Mills trying to board the Lawrence 54 bus heading east. He says multiple buses packed with people didn't give him priority seating. He wasn't allowed to go on the buses first. When he finally did board a bus, he demanded answers and wasn't going to let that bus go anywhere until he received some. And that's when City News viewer Sky Marchman pulled out her phone and began recording.
Sir, then why didn't you complain to the last bus driver? Why didn't you ask them for other people to get off?
Maybe I did ask, but the bus driver didn't give a
He didn't give a
As much as it was a delay for you, you also can sympathize a little bit with what he was going through.
Of course, everybody understood. Even afterwards, when we all got on to the next bus, everybody had that conversation of, you know what, this was a real inconvenience, but we all understood.
Even though the man holding up the bus knew that he was being recorded, City News has decided to blur his face. The Transit Commission was unable to tell us before our deadline what might have led to this passenger outburst. If in fact the passenger in the wheelchair was declined service or if others boarded the bus before him is still a mystery. Marchman tells City News she was waiting for the bus one stop west of Don Mills and that two packed buses and an out-of-service bus passed her before she finally boarded. One stop later, the disgruntled man got on the bus.
There's been some progress, but it's still a situation where passengers with disabilities are very much second-class citizens on the public transit system, both in Toronto and across Ontario.
Accessibility advocate David Lepofsky notes that the Ontario government passed legislation for the province to have fully accessible transit by 2025, though there's still bus stops in Toronto that are not wheelchair accessible. Are you aware of new transit projects, new funded projects that don't meet accessibility standards?
Well, what we know is that there are no accessibility standards in place right now. There are problems with the design of the transit stations on the new Eglinton Crosstown station. The platform design in all the underground stations is one which presents a real problem for blind people like me because they initially designed the platforms to be in the middle with a drop-off and tracks on either side.
The 20-year-old Marchman says she hopes that sharing her story reminds people, as commuters, that we shouldn't have to be asked to get out of a blue seat to let someone with a disability sit down or use the space.
I started filming because it's like, I've never seen this happen, right? And especially somebody, like, this is courageous to me, as much as it's kind of careless in some ways. It took a lot of guts to do what he did, right? Especially somebody with a disability, right? Not very many people want to advocate for them.
The stop here at Lawrence and Don Mills is an accessible stop. If you'll see right here on the front of this bus, which just pulled up, there's also an accessible sticker. Now, TTC rules and regulations stipulate that anyone in a wheelchair should get priority seating before others board the bus. The TTC's only been able to tell us that an inspector did come here yesterday, take the man's statement, and then they told him to file an official claim on the TTC's website. Now, the story came to us from a City News viewer. If you see news in the making, here's just a few ways you can reach us.